Well, Airbnb is one of the latest companies to announce mass layoffs amid the pandemic. For more on this, let's bring in Business in Vancouver's Hayley Woodin. Hayley, how much of the workforce is being let go?
Well, we're looking at 25%. A quarter of Airbnb's workforce has been laid off. That affects nearly 1,900 employees at various locations. You don't know exactly where they're located, but understandably, a lot of those employees based in the United States. Now, Airbnb, one of many companies that have been hit very hard by travel restrictions. The company expects that revenue this year in 2020 will be less than half of the revenue it enjoyed in 2019. Now, it's doing some things to cut costs. It has suspended marketing activities, for example. Its founders not taking a salary, top executives taking 50% of their salary. The company also earlier announced that it has secured about $1 billion in investment from private equity funds to help it through this time.
Wow, just incredible figures and reality there to try and, as many companies try and grapple with the reality of this crisis. We know that in the North American food supply chain, there have been a lot of hitches, and now that's coming to light through Wendy's no longer offering burgers in the U.S.
That's right. Many reports from consumers going through a drive-thru, for example, and not being able to order a burger of all things. One analyst estimates that about 18% of Wendy's locations are short on beef. Now, this is really quite an acute problem south of the border, but we're starting to see similar challenges here in Canada. McDonald's Canada, for example, recently announced that it's going to have to start importing U.S. products as opposed to relying solely on the Canadian beef supply chain to meet demand. Now, in terms of how severe this problem could get, that's an open-ended question. But we know that producers and processors in Canada are working closely with governments and counterparts across the border to ensure that as much demand as possible can be met.
Absolutely. They'll be watching that closely. All right. Business in Vancouver's Hayley Woodin. Thank you.
Thanks, me too.